Hey Nelson, it's Bill Boone, Cinematic Website Designs. I left you a voice, or yeah, I left you a voicemail, I sent you a text. Anyway, I want to start off with the first thing is I like to bring a lot of value to my clients without, any high costs. So I'm going to give you just a quick video SEO audit of your current website. And the way I look at a website is two ways. The user experience, in other words, the design, how is it laid out? It's actually a good looking site, very clean. Not a bad site at all, visually, in my opinion, the way it looks. And I've designed hundreds of business websites. Um, and so visually it looks good. Now, here's where the real strategy comes in, where I actually do both, right? I'm certified in SEO design, also UX, UI design with websites. So I do both. And I can tell on this site, whoever created it, doesn't matter. Basically, it's not SEO optimized. In other words, it's not set up in a way that's going to get you actual leads. And my websites definitely get my clients leads. Okay, so it's not like you're paying for ads or anything like that. It's just good old fashioned SEO, hard digital work put into the website. And so let's take a quick look. So mpspools.com, if we go do an SEO tool, and I use this a lot, it's called SpyFu. And here is what SpyFu does. One of the things they do. So they pull your web address. Okay, so they pull your domain name. And as you can see, I can see if a company's paying for ads, which it looks like you're not over here to the right. Any paid PPC, Google search ads. Um, and organic is where we're really missing the boat. This is where I can really help your company. So you've got zero keywords that your website's ranking for. Um, there is no estimated views that you're getting every single month. Okay, so this is a zero and that's a zero. Now, I don't mind the paid ads. Like people don't want to pay them and they're expensive, but this is where we got to really clean this up for organic. Okay, let me give you an idea, just an idea of what it should look like. We'll just pick any plan I've got. Let me see. Give me 1 second to type it in here. Okay, so this this company is ranking for I've got them in position for 187 keywords and they're getting about 17 clicks a month. And this is a newer site. So we're talking just a few weeks we've been working on this and they're already getting some traffic. Okay. So that's what we want to fix, right? We've got to fix that because here, other than saying you have a website that people can look at, it's just not doing any horse heavy lifting. It's not bringing you any business. Okay, ranking with Google, and I won't go down a real technical road, but that's one thing I'm very good at. So we know that we're not ranking for keywords. We know that the site is really not getting any clicks per month. Now, you do a lot. Good job on Instagram. I see that. And what I do is I take a lot of your work with a lot of my clients to do the same. I'll take their Instagram and I'll take their reels, I'll take their images, and I use a lot of that to put in organically to the new website. Okay. And so you work this, and so this hard work will pay off the way I build my sites. Okay. Um, let's look back at the site. So visually, I like the way the site looks. I can emulate this pretty close. If we go down to like this picture's kind of blurry right here, right? I get it, green, right, to blue. Nice concept, actually. We just need to pick a different image. That one's not bad at all. So just really that one image is kind of fuzzy, right? It's just too pixelated. Not a big deal, of course, but we'd want to clean that up. As we go down the home page, some of the titles, the H1 tags they call them, when Google crawls a website, it sees that it has bold and larger font text right here. So Google will crawl this because it knows it's stressing something important that Google needs to index, right? Problem with it is the way this is written, it's so broad that it will never get indexed by Google. Okay, let me show you another test I did here. So if I go, and you can do this too, if I go to a regular Google search, okay? This is how a website should look when it's indexed, okay? Like rosevillespotlight.com. If you type in site semicolon, then your website.com, that's a quick tool that SEO guys use. I can see right away if a website is indexed by Google, meaning that Google crawled the site and it indexed some pages or all the pages, hopefully, and it's now in Google's index. And that's how you'll show up when people are searching. Okay, very, very important. You can see all these. So you can just go down. These are all indexed. Okay. Well, if you go do the same test on yours, and let's just say we go to, let's do the same test where we go and we change it out to your website. Okay, to see if it's indexed. Okay, so if we go here, we're going to take the site semicolon npspools.com. Okay, and nothing comes up. Okay, so none of that website, none of the pages are indexed. Big problem. And that's what I can help you fix right off the bat. Okay, so let's close that. We know it needs some love, right? And that's what I do. And I do not charge for website design. I could, but I've ran this business for years. I have hundreds of clients, a lot of them locally in Roseville, actually all over the US, but a lot of them are here locally in Roseville. I live in Roseville. I have an office here too. But I don't like to work with big franchise. I like to work with independent owners like yourself. If you look at all my clients, that's who they are. We get along great because once I build the site, I don't charge for the design. There's not even a contract. We just go month to month. But the website, the way I work my site, is always being updated constantly. Blog page, keywords, as you do jobs, new images. It's never just one and done. That doesn't work anymore, right? So, um, I don't charge for website design. What I normally do is if you want me to build out the site, it's $295 basically a month, and we go every month. So I make it really affordable so you can get ROI. I mean, you get one client that's a seasonal client month in, month out. It'll pay for itself easy. So I'm $295, and that's a complete website. I host it. I do all the SEO, all the edits, all the changes, everything. And that way you don't have to worry about it. So what we would do is we'll take your domain name, npspoolservice.com, and when I build a site that you're happy with, we'll change it. It's called DNS settings. So we'll have the new website attached to your domain name. So you don't lose it or anything. It stays there, all the authority with it, all the years it's been online, all that stays in place. We just simply point it to a different address, which will be the new site if you end up moving forward with me, okay? So back to the real quick SEO audit. Let's go back here. Okay, so we're just on the home page, and these are too broad, right? This needs to be more like the areas. I see the areas you have listed where you work. We gotta pick one and plant the flag. That's my advice, and you can build out location pages from there. So wherever your business is located, I would say. Actually, let me look at your Google Business profile page here. So if we go to, there we go. So here's your Google Business profile page. Okay, really important page because most people are starting a Google search if they're looking for pool service, a roofer, electrician, what have you. I think you would agree that most people, they're not going to social media. Social media is important. It has its place, but they're going to Google. Okay, and that's why it's so important that the website get indexed and picked up. And that's also why it's important that your Google Business profile page gets optimized. Currently, right now, it is not optimized, not even close. So I would do all that for you. That's included with that 295. Not only do I manage your website, but I also manage your Google Business profile page. Okay. So the reason why I was going here, let's take a look. Yeah, not bad. You got Perfect 5.0, 21 reviews. I see that on your website too. But if we go back to the actual website, like where is your address located? Let me see here. So it looks like Roseville, California. There's your off Foothills. That's really smart because Google, when people are in Roseville or whenever they're searching, Google knows where they are, right? So if I'm a pool service in Auburn and someone's searching for a pool service in Auburn, you're not going to come up, but you would come up for Roseville. Why? Because Google knows your address is in Roseville. Now, you may not show up in the top map pack, but you will show up strictly because you are a physical address in Roseville, West Roseville, where I live. Google crawls this, Google knows that. So my advice would be with the new site is use some of these keywords. You can use a broader, like Placer County, you can do that, or Sacramento County, but sometimes you want to plant that flag and really say, we are the pool service and repair professionals for Roseville, California. So we need to tie a geographic into this page. Google's not indexing this because it's just too broad. It's not indexable. So hopefully that makes sense. And then we reiterate it in the actual content below. We would put Roseville in here. You can put Sacramento, Auburn, Loomis, things like that. But these are way too broad of terms. Even this, right? Free pool evaluations. It sounds good, but it's not indexable, and that's so important. So we could put down free pool uh, evaluations in Roseville. Okay. The next slide could be free pool service estimates in Auburn, California. So hopefully that makes sense to you. This is just too broad. Again, this is too broad. It's not tied geographically to anywhere. And so that's one of the problems that Google will have even indexing it. Again, the way the site's laid out, I think it's pretty clean. I like it. I can emulate this pretty close, but we need to really make sure that the new website, I wouldn't work with this one. I have my own software that I work with, and we would just start from scratch, properly building each page from the home page all the way down to the contact us, and using SEO on each paragraph, on each image. Okay. So another thing, if you look at, if you go to the gallery, see your gallery here? None of these images are alt tagged. Let me show you what I mean. If I go here, Google doesn't see, but it reads HTML code. So when Google crawls this image, all it's going to see is JPEG. See right here in the upper right, 300 times 300. It's the size of the image, and it says JPEG. We don't want it to do that. This is a real big missed opportunity. We want every image to have an alt tag. What does that mean? That means that there's a keyword that I'll use, best pool service in Roseville, #1 pool service in Roseville, free estimates in Roseville, pool service. We're going to use keywords and attach them to all of these images, okay? We never want to just have an image with no alt tag. Hopefully that makes sense to you. That also helps what they call on-page SEO. That also helps big time, okay? If we go here, and I go to your pages, so if I go to About Us, we want to build more of a trust factor here. Now, I think your license number is on the home page and it's on your footer. I believe it's down here. Yeah, there's your license. We kind of want to make more of a big deal about that. I don't know if you've had any specialized training, if you belong to the local chamber, but anything that you have that's kind of a cert, no matter what it is, this is where you want to throw it in the About Us page. We want to add even more here, right? We are the pool service and repair professionals. Again, way too broad. We got to tie it geographically to get it indexed and rank it, okay? There's just, when I say broad, there's just too many other websites that are using paid ads probably, and non-paid ads that are using headers like this, and it's just too broad. It's not able to tie in. So we can fix that easy. I would do that. But again, all your images, nice images, but if we inspect, what do we have? We just have a JPEG, right? We don't have any keyword behind it. You want to see keywords there. Hopefully that makes sense. And the trust factor, whatever you are a part of, either certifications, I don't care how old it is, any chamber, business, whatever, we would want to add that on the About Us page. It's a good page to build trust, right? This is kind of a short scroll. We could do a little more on that. On the repairs, so I see these, but we're missing a real opportunity here to get more keywords and get more of a respect from Google in returns that we would be a pool service website, pool repair, but we're missing a big opportunity. So these are just images, right? There's no CTA buttons. I do see what it says. That gives me that general idea. Oh, okay, these guys do control panel. Well, they should be able to click on this and land on a dedicated page. It's a lot of work. They should be able to click on this and a dedicated page that will have drop downs underneath this service, okay? And then I'll build out the content on that. We use the images, but then we get into more content, okay? Another way to really help this turn around and start ranking very quick organically. It still takes time. Again, it's not paid ads. There's no silver bullet, but it's just a lot of hard digital SEO work that I put into my clients' websites. Gallery, we talked about that in context. So it's got a lot of pluses, but I would just build a new one from the ground up. And I wanted to give you this quick video audit. It's a little bit long, about 14 minutes, but I hope that you watch it. Most of the time I can tell if a client's serious by they watch the whole video and they kind of value what I'm saying. They understand I'm certified.